So defense spending is a budget buster, but it's also bread and butter to the thousands of families whose livelihoods are linked to Devens and Hanscom Air Force Base. How will you approach military spending at a time when the federal budget is strained and the United States faces few military threats?
Well, I am a product of the military. My father survived Pearl Harbor, went on to serve for 20 years in the Air Force. I grew up on Air Force bases across this country and the world, and as I come to Devens, it always harkens back a little as I come into a base. I sort of feel what it was like to live on those bases. And I am a member of the House Armed Services Committee. I sought that out because this district is home to many companies that do work for the Defense Department. So I understand the bread and butter issues. I understand that we have a remarkable military. It has served with great distinction, that whatever we do, we cannot compromise the readiness of our soldiers, nor the national security of our country. But we face an extraordinary challenge, and even former chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Mike Mullen, said that one of the greatest challenges we face is not dealing with our debt and deficit. I voted for the Budget Control Act. The Budget Control Act put in place almost $900 billion worth of cuts, half of which come out of the Defense Department. And all the Joint Chiefs, the Chiefs of Staff have all agreed that this is absorbable. We also confront something called sequestration, in which another $600 billion will come out of the Defense Department. This is not acceptable. It will weaken us in ways that are not supportable. So the challenge we have going forward is how to address the threat of sequestration in a way that is reasonable, fair, and balanced. Does ask the military to absorb some more cuts, nowhere near the $600 billion that sequestration would put in place. But I also understand the BRAC process and how important Hanscom and Devens and Lincoln Labs and Natick Soldier Systems are to not only to this state, but also to the technological advances that they constantly produce. Natick Soldier Systems has worked with me on the issue of body armor. I'm a proponent of lightweight body armor. We need to make sure they're still there.
Mr. Golnik.
Thank you very much. I actually do think we face considerable threats in the world today. I think the world is very unstable, and I've always said time and again that security at home begins with security abroad. I think that there are a number of failed states out there that present us with challenges because I think that these are where our enemies can hide and where certain weapons of mass destruction can be exported. So I look in terms of countries like Iran, I look at Somalia, I look at Yemen, I look at North Korea. So I do think it is an unsafe world, and I'm a big believer in making sure that we maintain a strong military. I do think there are areas we can cut, and I apologize to any civilian contractors that are in the room right now, but that's probably the first place I would look at the Defense Department. I would certainly look, the GAO did an audit of 1/3 of our budget and found $600 billion in savings. If we are concerned, we probably should audit every department in our government and try to find out where savings can be had. But I'm a strong believer in security at home begins with security abroad. That doesn't mean I want to commit troops. It does mean that we are a world leader and we need to be vigilant.
Congressman?
Well, I think as we draw down our wars, we've drawn down the war in Iraq. I'm supportive of bringing our soldiers home. I'm grateful for the President's timetable. I think we could move more quickly. It's costing us $300 million a day, $9 billion a month, and we've put untold sums into training Afghan National Security Forces, Afghan National Police. I think it's now time to call on them to defend their own country, bring our soldiers home, and divert those dollars, whether it's back into the Defense Department to meet the needs that we know we will confront around this globe, or to address other challenges that we most certainly have, not the least of which is education.
Thank you.